Dear fellow Sri Lankans, I am Dr. Gunathilaka, a former professor at University of Peradeniya and a former director at the Asian Development Bank. By training, I am an economist and I have vast development experience in Sri Lanka as well as in Asia. I thought to release this video because our economy is at the verge of collapse. We lived beyond our means and excessively borrowed from internal and external sources. After playing out part of this borrowed money, we invested them in either low returns or no return investments. As a result, today we are facing a credit crisis. Now we have to borrow more money to repay our loans. No need to say, when we do that, there cannot be any development in the country. Now, on top of this credit crisis, we are also facing a huge exchange rate crisis. Our rupee has been devaluing fast, and the government has put certain import-export restrictions and foreign currency use restrictions. Unfortunately, these restrictions also aggravate the problem. For example, import restrictions affect importing the inputs for our export industries. And then they have a restriction on using remittances. As a result, now most of the remittances bypass our banking system, and then as an overall impact of these unwarranted restrictions, we are losing a huge part of our export income. Now Sri Lanka is in the top of the global list for potential bankruptcy. Bankruptcy of a country is a nightmare. Experience of Soviet Union in 1989-90, Greece since 2008, Argentina since 2018, and currently Lebanon show how devastating is the collapse of the financial system of a country. In economic terms, such crises are characterized by unsustainable build of debt, rapid depreciation of currency, economic contraction, that means negative growth, and inflation. Currently, we are experiencing all of these in our economy. How does this economic collapse affected the people in those countries I have mentioned? In fact, they experience really very difficult economic hardships, including losing jobs, reducing their income, and then as a result they were not able to purchase basic essential items like food, medicine, and then this resulted in social unrest and deterioration of the law and order in these countries. In countries like Greece, this resulted in fact in higher crime rate, personal safety was at perils, and in fact a lot of people committed suicide in many countries, and they also experienced deterioration of mental health among the population in these countries. If the financial system collapses, it may take long time to come back to the normalcy in any country. As I explained to you, we are in the midst of an unprecedented economic crisis. In fact, this throughout the post-independent history, we elected governments when the incumbent government is not performing well. And then when the new government is not doing well, we brought back the previous government back to power. We repeated this practice for so many times, and now we have come to a situation where we cannot do this anymore. Now there's a growing consensus that the existing political parties, their leaders and members are not able to solve this crisis. In the current political establishment, including all the parties, their leaders and members, we know that they are dishonest, they are uneducated, they are corrupt and arrogant. These characteristics describe a deadly combination, and we cannot rely on them anymore to solve our problems. We normally elect governments to solve our problems, to protect us, but now we have come to a situation where the people have to take various actions to protect themselves from the government. By listening to me, you might be thinking that I am going to start a new political party. Actually, my objective is not to start a new political movement or a party. Rather, I am releasing this video to invite you all to join us to develop an economic strategy to revival our economy. In this regard, I am very happy to inform you that there is a civil society organization called Piripun, which has already started preparation of an economic revival strategy for Sri Lanka. Piripun is an organization formed by the professionals like me, actually like-minded professionals like me, who are interested about the country and the people. Piripun has already drafted the basic macroeconomic framework of economic revival strategy with the objective of increasing the per capita income to about $9,000 by 2035. At this moment, after drafting the basic principles of this macroeconomic development strategy, Piripun is in the process of developing sectoral strategies for agriculture, industry and services. In preparation of the sectoral strategies, we follow a bottom-up approach, then we will aggregate this sectoral strategy into our overall macroeconomic strategy. We need to use the best brains of Sri Lankans living in Sri Lanka and abroad both to develop the best economic strategy for Sri Lanka. The help of health, transport, energy, education, finance, agricultural, environmental, banking, entrepreneurial and other experts are of enormous value to develop these sector strategies. In addition to those sector-specific experts, we also want economists who have some knowledge on those sectors to work together with the sector strategy experts to develop economically sound sector strategies. In this regard, we invite all of you, the experts and economists and scientists, to join this noble effort to develop a sound economic revival strategy for Sri Lanka. After preparation of this strategy, we are planning to undertake consultation about this strategy with farmers, industrialists, entrepreneurs, business leaders and other practitioners. We hope through the consultation we will be able to refine this strategy so that it is acceptable to the majority of the people in this country. Our idea as professionals in Piripun is that alternative political forces should be grounded on the economic revival strategy rather than a person or group of people. I urge all patriotic professionals to join this noble effort and contribute to save our economy and people. Thank you. Have a nice day.